Hi, this is Kathy Frey, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about A.R.M-ing, or the amniotomy, the artificial rupture of the membranes, an A.R.M. That is when you basically break the waters, and it can be virtually painless, apart from the discomfort of the vaginal exam. This is when the membrane from the bag of amniotic waters is intentionally punctured so that the forewaters, which is the water in front of the baby's head, is released. And that means that the baby's head moves down a little further into the pelvis. This also immediately increases the levels of prostaglandins in the mother's bloodstream and the baby's amniotic fluid, which can stimulate the uterus to contract. If already in latent labour, then an A.R.M can move things along, because with that spongy bag of waters empty, the baby's head is now more firmly applied to the mother's cervix. In that instance, the procedure is not called induction, but instead is called an augmentation, or boosting of the existing labour. Once the waters rupture spontaneously, or by an induction augmentation of breaking them artificially, then typically for most women there is, say within 5 to 30 minutes, an obvious increase of the contraction intensity, and it can help shorten the labour, especially of that first stage, by sort of 1 to 2 hours typically. The midwife or obstetrician uses what they call an amni-hook, which is best described as a long crochet hook, to just gently catch the membranes and nick a small hole, and you feel an instant gush of somewhere usually between about 200 mils to a litre of warm liquid between your legs, depending on how low the position of the baby's head is. It can usually only be done if your cervix is already at least 2 centimetres dilated, and sometimes it's used a little bit later in the labour if somebody perhaps gets a little bit stuck at around that 6 to 7 centimetres. If it's being used as part of an induction process to get you into labour spontaneously, then after an A.R.M, if 1 or 2 hours have passed and you haven't naturally got into strong established active labour, then a syntocin on drip is almost a certainty. Routinely rupturing a woman's waters to just plain help move things along with a natural spontaneous labour is really old school, and it should not be done as a routine procedure. It's best to use a bit of a leave well alone philosophy. So A.R.Ms are really there for if there's a slow progress in the labour, or which is then to make a augmentation, moving along, speeding up of the labour, or it's used as part of an induction to take a woman who's not in labour at all into labour. But again, there has to be a really good valid reason as to why you would be inducing a woman at any stage. Natural spontaneous labour always has the best chance of a normal outcome. That's it for today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week.